Morning. Morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Kindly mute yourself. If you kindly mute. See, all of you kindly mute yourself. Somebody have switch on their mic. Kindly mute yourself. Sai Kumar Reddy, mute yourself. Okay. So in the last class we were discussing about the convolution sum. That is how to find the response of a particular system provided that x of n and h of n is given to you. X of n is the input of the system, h of n is called the impulse response. So you have to find the output y of n. The output y of n is nothing but x of n convolution h of n. Star operator convolution. The convolution is defined by the equation sigma k varies from minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k. X of k into h of n minus k. Sai Kumar Reddy, kindly mute yourself. Sai Kumar Reddy, mute your mic. Okay, so you need to find the output y of n by using x of n and h of n. X of n is the input of the system and h of n is the impulse response. So you have to find the output by using convolution sum. Convolution sum is defined by the equation sigma k equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k. And this is called as weighted sum of impulse, weighted sum of shifted impulse response. Okay, this equation is called a weighted sum of shifted impulse response, as we have discussed in the last class. Clear? What is the weight here? Weight is nothing but the multiplication of the scaling factor, that is x of k. X of k is called weight. This is weight. So this weight is multiplied by h of n minus k. H of n minus k is nothing but the shifted impulse response. So the weighted sum means sigma k equal to minus infinity to infinity. Okay. Weighted sum of shifted impulse response will get you the final output y of n if both x of n and h of n is given in the question. X of n is given, x of n is nothing but the input and h of n is nothing but the impulse response. What is h of n? H of n is called the impulse response. So these two parameters are given in the question. So we are there to find the output of the system y of n by using this particular equation. Clear? When you observe this equation for y of n, it is clear that you need to find x of k and h of n minus k. Okay. So before going to find x of k and h of n minus k, you have to plot x of n, because x of n is given as u of n minus u of n minus 3. So how are you going to plot u of n? You know that u of n value will be always 1 from 0 to infinity, which is defined only for discrete instance of time. Isn't it? This is your u of n, whose value will be always 1 from 0 to infinity, that is defined only at discrete instance of time. Now what about u of n minus 3? U of n minus 3 is the shifted unit response, the shifted unit step sequence, that is it will be shifting towards right from 3 to infinity, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And the value is also 1. Okay, so this is your u of n minus 3. So to find x of n, what you have to do is you need to subtract u of n minus u of n minus 3. So when you subtract u of n minus u of n minus 3, it is understood that the samples from 3, 4, 5 up to infinity will get subtracted. That is, it will become 0 because 1 minus 1 will become 0. Isn't it? The samples starting from 3, 4, 5 is same for both the inputs u of n and u of n minus 3. As a result, when you subtract, the answer will be 0, and the only samples that will be left out after subtraction will be from 0, 1, 2. So when you draw the subtracted output, u of n minus u of n minus 3 will be having only 3 samples starting from 0 and ending at 1, sorry, ending at 2. This is your x of n. Here, this is your x of n. Now, already you have h of n with you, and you know the equation y of n is equal to, what is the output equation by using convolution equation? Y of n is equal to sigma k varies from minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k. So you need x of k and h of n minus k. So since you have plotted here x of n, how we are going to plot x of k? Just by replacing n with k, that is all. Instead of putting x of n, you can write x of k. So just you are going to replace n with k. So in x-axis it will be k, and in y-axis it will be x of k, and same samples you are going to represent over here. So this is x of k. Let it be figure number 1. Okay. Now what is figure 2? Figure 2 is h of n minus k. So to plot h of n minus k, you need to plot h of k first. What is h of k? How will you plot h of k? Simply by replacing n with k, because you already have plotted h of n in the previous slide. This is your h of n. So in order to plot h of k, simply you are going to replace the x-axis with the k and y-axis with the h of k. So try to plot h of k, all of you.
Sir, can you show the graph for h of n?
Yeah. So this is the graph for h of n that was given in the question. So you are going to plot the same graph again, but what you are going to do is just replace n with k in x-axis, and in y-axis you are going to replace h of k in the place of h of n. And why you are plotting h of k? Because you need h of n minus k, as shown in this particular equation. This is the equation for convolution. When you observe that equation, you need x of k and h of n minus k. That is why I am plotting x of k as figure number 1. And then in order to plot h of n minus k, you will be plotting first h of k, then you will be plotting h of minus k, and then h of n minus k. Understood? So already I have plotted h of k as of now. To plot h of n minus k, first you need to plot h of k. So how will you plot h of k? Just by replacing n with k. So this was your h of k. Now after plotting h of k, you will be plotting h of minus k. You will be plotting h of minus k. So how will you plot h of minus k? By taking the reversal. Okay. So you are there to plot, folding the signal. So whatever the signal you are having at the right side, you will be plotting in the left side and vice versa. So at the 0, the signal will remain as such, that is 3. At -1, it will be 2. At -2, it will be -1. At -3, it will be 1. And at +1, you are having 1. So this is your h of minus k. You can call like this as figure number 2. So figure 1 be x of k and figure 2 will be h of minus k. So this you will access in future. That is how you are going to multiply the elements. Okay, so let it be as such figure number 1 and figure 2. Later we will use these two figures to produce the output. So I hope till now this is clear for you. So what and all you have done is x of n is given to you, h of n is also given to you. First you write the equation for y of n. Y of n is equal to sigma k varies from -infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k. This is called as weighted sum of shifted impulse response. Why there is shifted impulse response? Because h of n minus k is shifted impulse response. Weight is your x of k. Sigma is your sum. Therefore, this equation is called weighted sum of shifted impulse response. But unfortunately, in the question, x of n is given in the form of equation. So you need to plot that equation. So you have plotted u of n, then you have plotted u of n minus 3, then you have subtracted the two graphs so that you will get x of n as shown in figure number 1. But in figure 1, we have plotted x of k. Why? Because as per the equation of convolution, you need x of k. So simply you have replaced n with k. Okay. Then you need a h of k. So replacing n with k, you will get h of k. After that, you have taken the time reversal to plot h of minus k. Okay, take down till now. Take down these notes, then we will proceed later. So after plotting h of minus k, next thing is you need to write the value L, M, N1, N2. So what is L? In the last class, I told you what is L. L is the length of x of n. You check the length of x of n. Observe the graph that you have plotted as x of n and tell me the length. The length means how many samples are there in x of n. Krishnendra, how many samples are there in x of n? How many samples are there in x of n?
Sir, 3.
3. Yes. You have one sample at 0, you have one sample at 1, and another sample at 2. So totally the length of x of n will be 3. So L is equal to 3. Now M is nothing but the length of h of n. So already you have plotted h of n, which is given in the question itself. So what is the length of h of n? Lavanya, what is the length of h of n?
5, sir.
Yes, it is 5 because it is starting from -1 and ending with 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally there are 5 number of samples for h of n. So your m will be 5. So totally the theory is L plus m minus 1, that is 5 plus 3 minus 1, which will be 7. So there should be 7 samples in the output. Output is y of n. There should be 7 samples in the output graph, that is y of n. Now what is n1? n1 is the starting time instant. Starting time instant of x of n. You observe the graph x of n, which is the starting time instant of x of n. Mamta, unmute and speak. Which is the starting time of x of n?
0, sir.
0. Very good. So n1 will be 0. And which is the starting time of h of n that is already given in the question? Mithun P. Mithun P. Which is the starting time of h of n? Mithun P. Mitesh Kumar, which is the starting time of h of n?
Sir, -1, sir.
Okay. So starting time of h of n, as you can
Minus
see,
one.
it is starting from -1, isn't it? So n2 will be -1. So n2 is called a starting timer. Starting time instant of h of n, which is equal to -1. So n1 plus n2 is equal to -1. So this should be the starting time of output. Clear? This is the starting time of output y of n. So y of n should start from the time instant -1. So it will exist from -1 to, there are 7 samples. So -1 to 5, isn't it? -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you will get 7 samples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct? So your output will start from -1 and end with 5, because you already got that there are 7 samples in the output and it is starting from -1. Okay. So output will start from -1 and end with 5. Is this clear for you? Any doubts? Any doubts, please ask. So first output we are proceeding with y of -1. We already know the output equation. What is the output equation? Sayan, what is the output equation? Tell me the output equation of the convolution.
So y of n is equal to x of n convolution h of n. Sorry, sigma k equal to -infinity to +infinity x of k into h of n minus k.
X of k into h of n minus k. This is called a weighted sum of shifted impulse response. So this is a basic equation that you need actually. Okay. Now in this equation you will be finding the time -1, that is output at time n equal to -1, because I told you the output is starting from -1 and ending with 5. So you are there to find the output at n equal to -1. So put n equal to -1 and tell me how the equation will become. Mohana Varshita, number 100. How this equation will become after putting n equal to -1? No response. Mohana Varshita. Nikhil Ja, tell me how this equation will become.